Good morning, 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 good morning to all. How are we doing today? Today is Friday. Yes, it is Fearless Friday, and you already know this is your girl, Miss Red Chardonnay, known as Miss Zenobia Warner, your favorite redhead. Yes, this is another episode of $2 Billionaires. You already know. I am so excited about today. If you've seen us last week or you caught our segment last week, we talked about 16 ways to improve your work performance. So we're going to get started today and talk about part 2 as well. We're going to talk about a couple of announcements that we have as well. But let's get our other favorite redhead on. Andy. She should be coming on any second now, which I'm so excited. I hope she's feeling as fearless as I am today.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Friday and happy. You saw that one? That was cute, right?
That
I
was
actually
funny.
put my hair down for you. I haven't done my hair down in a while, so I was like, I'm tired of seeing the bun. I feel like an old maid.
That is too funny.
But happy 11/11 too. Happy Gratitude Day.
11/11. Happy Gratitude Day. You know, it's so funny that you said that. I was like, you know, it's 11 a.m. We come on. It's 11/11. Last
We
year,
just
11/11.
manifested magic.
Exactly, just magic. And I was like, you know, not only that, last year, 11/11 was amazing too. So it's like everything is just coming into, you know, play. Like it's just coming into play, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
I'm excited.
Yes, I'm definitely excited. And I'm definitely excited to talk about this topic, which has been very helpful.
Amen to that. You could preach that. Yes.
It has been very helpful this Monday, us talking about work performance, because I feel like some of us in the world, or, you know, we're good getting on work performance, but there's still certain things that we don't analyze really hard about, and we still need to take back and, you know, get back into the game when, you know, we're hustling hard. And then there's some that, you know, fall out of place. Like I'm one of them. Sometimes I get knocked down.
Sometimes
I
it's
get
like,
knocked
what the
down.
fuck
I gotta
happened?
I gotta take a break, and I'm like, I be in my feelings and my emotions, and I'm like, I gotta get out of this emotion and feeling, because I'm fearless. Like it's Fearless Friday. Amen.
Amen.
So I'm gonna flip this over. This is different now. I got a bigger board. See, I'm stepping. I'm moving on up.
Woo-woo, we elevating.
Hold on. I realized I got to make this a little bit higher. So I'm going to need a box to make this a little bit higher. Okay. Here we go.
Okay, so just to recap the last episode in 8 points, make this real brief and short. So the first is get back to basics. 2 is positive thoughts. 3 is set your goals for the year. 4 is set your goals for the week. 5 is set your goals for the day. You see the domino effect? 6 is triple check your work. 7 is ask how and why. And 8 was jot down ideas. If you want more in depth, go rewatch Monday's episode.
Absolutely. That was it wasn't last week. It was this previous Monday that we did part 1, and now we're doing part 2 of our work performance. And those are basically the first 8 steps of working towards bettering yourself in the work performance, and, you know, and personal life as well, because work performance doesn't necessarily mean business all the time. Work performance is basically how you perceive it. And if you see it as, you know, working towards your life in general, then this is still going to help you as well too. This is what I like about this work performance.
That's a great point, that it's all transferable. So thank you for that.
Word.
So let's get into today's 8 points, shall we? Number 9 is switch up your space. I'm actually going through this myself right now. So giving your workspace a facelift from time to time can make a big difference. You spend a lot of time in your workspace, so even some fun new decor can give you a fresh outlook or inspiration. Like, say your workspace is all dark colors. Maybe you need to throw some vibrancy in there to brighten up your brain and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or maybe your colors are just too dull, or maybe too bright, and you need like a accent little color just to throw it off, to give that balance.
Maybe you
You
need
know,
organization.
organization. Maybe you need to clear off your desk. Maybe you have too much papers on your desk and it's like, and you keep walking by it. Fix it up. Make it different. Make it unique. You know, for instance, a good one that I just did, I just fixed my closet. So I did my shoe rack. That made me feel amazing to reorganize my closet and have it look like a boss. So like that literally is another thing, you know, getting a new car. You know, sometimes your space in your car can really give you a big damper on yourself. So, you know, switching up your space and doing things new and, you know, getting back to what makes you happy and what makes you you is the most important thing when switching up your space.
Amen.
Word.
So number 10 is listening is important. We have done whole lives on this subject, okay? You know, let's face it, we're constantly multitasking, which can make it difficult to retain information. So focus on improving your active listening skills so that you can process details in real time and work more efficiently. I feel like this is a skill even I still try to practice to this day, is like becoming a better and better listener. Because there's a big difference in hearing somebody and listening to somebody.
Absolutely. And you know, it's funny that you said that because we definitely did speak up on this and did touch up on this, you know, the active listening skills. And this is something that I will definitely love to recap, you know, throughout the years, because I feel like you have to start repeating things constantly to yourself to master it.
Amen.
And one thing with listening and hearing are I would say hearing is a gift. You know what I mean? Hearing is a gift. That's I forgot the proper terminology, but I'm putting in my words. Hearing is a gift. Listening is a skill. So exactly. We are gifted by, you know, our creation of being put into this world to be able to hear. There are certain people that cannot, which they have other language boundaries that they have to, you know, communicate with, but they still, say for instance, a deaf person will literally study your lips. That's their way of trying to listen. If they know they can't hear you. So what they're going to do, if you don't know how to sign lip a little bit, they're going to try to read your lips so they can try to speak to you in a way that they hear you. So don't think, you know, it's not important to listen, because it is. If a deaf person can literally read your lips, why can't we as hearing people do the same thing and take the time to be patient? So, you know, and that's another way I try to look, you know, at life with that. But go ahead, continue.
No, that's a really good point. Is like, if a deaf person can take the time to try to listen to you, okay, and they don't physically have the ability to, that means the rest of us in this world could take some fucking practice in listening, okay? Like,
word.
Not even trying to be funny. That's just real shit.
Not only that, even me, in a way, like, I feel like sometimes, was I not paying attention to the person properly? Did I misunderstood something? And that's the thing with listening. Sometimes you can misinterpret things. And it's like, if you don't pay attention carefully, you're not going to understand. Or even if you don't ask, you know, the how or the why, then you're not going to get any type of skill. It's not going to be real. And you're not going to be working efficiently the way you want to. So, you know,
very true.
Those kind of add very, you know, connected. When you cannot hear the important things and you can comprehend it, never be afraid to ask the how and the why. That's all I will say with that.
So number 11 would be learning from failures. We've talked about this too. We preach this to you guys, I feel.
You don't see my face.
Yeah, I heard it. So don't view your failures as the opposite of your success, but rather as a part of your path. When you acknowledge your shortcomings, you can learn and grow from them. Failure is part of the journey. Success is not linear, and if you think it is, boo-boo, you need to reevaluate this game of entrepreneurship real quick, okay? Because there have been so many ups, downs, roller coasters, twists, turns, and you just got to take the lemons, the oranges, and limes and make the best margarita and wooch your way through the bullshit.
This is why I'm so glad we do this.
But it's the truth. And like, you know, Zenobia, she's been there through a lot of the craziness, but somehow you always jump back in. And just know it's okay not to be okay, and it's just part of the game. And you got to decide, okay, am I going to dwell in this shit, or am I going to learn from it?
Mm-hmm.
So be the learner, not the dweller. That's my advice to you guys out there.
Word, I love that. You said it all.
Number 12 would be celebrate your successes. You have to be your own advocate, no matter how big or small. Allow yourself to celebrate all your
victories. Word.
This will not only help build confidence in yourself, but it will also help build the confidence others have in you. Like, give yourself a pat on the back. Even if it's just a little bit of progress is still progress. And progress over perfection is what we're really after here. We're not after being perfect business owners. I don't think there's really a true perfect business owner. So you just got to learn and grow and just say good job when you do good, or else you're not going to enjoy the process. You're going to really hate the process. And unfortunately, that's the whole point of the journey, is the process.
No, I definitely agree with that. Giving yourself victory, that takes a lot out of people sometimes. Actually stopping to pause and just reflecting back of the things that you actually did do, even when someone's trying to point out your failures right in front of your face. Everything is a process. So it's like, it's not going to change automatically and dramatically. Like, for instance, I have a very dear friend, one of my besties, her son, literally, had to go to speech lessons, you know what I mean? And certain people, didn't really feel like he was improving fast enough in her eyes. And I used to always tell her that she was doing an amazing job, because at the end of the day, she never stopped going. She always did. And when I tell you, me and my little man, we could speak and have conversations, and we on the phone, and it's a beautiful thing. It's just, you have to allow the negative noise around you to not try to see your celebration, because you have to celebrate. And it's like, when those victories come, pat yourself in the back, take a moment for yourself, and don't be afraid to do it.
Treat yourself.
No one's gonna do it for us. No one's literally gonna do it.
Exactly. You gotta be your own cheerleader, boo-boo.
I realize that.
So why don't you take this one, because you're better at talking about this one than I am.
I'm trying to get it where the glare is not there. So even if it's just 5 minutes, get up, stretch, take a walk. Just make sure you find a way to move around and allow your eyes and your brains to take a rest. And I love this, because I do and I don't like it, because sometimes I just want to hurry up and get everything done. Like, ooh, I don't just get it done, and then don't worry about it anymore. And I realize that's bad, because, you wind up still taking a break, and you just got to take a breather. Allow yourself to take that breather, because you cannot focus in front of anything for too long. It's not good. Yes, you want to accomplish and get it done, which is not a problem, but take that breather. Maybe you have a chore that you want to finish. Go wash dishes. Go put the clothes in the laundry. That's what I like to do. When I'm focused, when I know I'm on a computer, I would probably make a mess in my kitchen just for the morning, very short, briefly, because I'm making breakfast, and then get to it probably 2 hours later, because I know that that's going to be my break time. Or if I know I'm going to wash dish, or I'm going to be washing all day, I'll start early, so when I'm sitting down, I have my periodic times to stop and get my clothes, but still go back. Of finding your break at times, and if you don't know how to do that, then just stretch, get up, close your eyes, take a kitty nap. If it's not 5 minutes, then do 15. Don't be afraid. Do what you can, but make sure you just allow yourself to break.
Number 13 is my hardest one, to be real with y'all. I've gotten better over time, but I still have, it's a force of nature, man. When I'm in the especially when I'm in the kitchen, but I've been learning, like you said, a great point. If you're somebody who struggles to take breaks, practice the art of stretching. I now like I'll pull myself to the side in a kitchen and I'll just like you'll see me doing lunges, doing like my aerobic
Work
stretch mode.
hard.